Hi guys, this is Loaded Investor speaking. We're looking at the Chinese giant Alibaba today and breaking down Ma's current situation and putting together a picture of where the current events may lead to. It's double the size of eBay and Amazon combined and an e-commerce coverage of over 55%, as well as an 80% year-on-year revenue increase. They have the Chinese equivalent of eBay and YouTube and have their own cloud-based system, which is growing rapidly to rival Amazon AWS. Alibaba is basically its own country and the share price just dropped 30%. Is this a warranted drop with 11 billion loss to Jack Ma, or is it fear that we can capitalize on? So Ma is missing. The inevitable clampdown of Jack Ma and Alibaba is happening just due to the large expansion and rapid expansion of this company. The Chinese government have to keep some form of credibility and control. I mean, you see the US government has the same problems of corporations just running completely rampant. I mean, a little bit about Jack Ma. He went over to the Western world and adopted Western ideologies, and this is a key element behind his rapid success in China. Using both cultures and his abilities seem to have paid off for him. He even risked prison to get a finance system on Alibaba, because before it was just two businesses chatting about maybe doing a deal, but the financial element of it was actually illegal in China at the time. So he took that risk, and now China's economy is booming, and he's one of the guys why China are doing so well. He's an expert on building trust and has been rejected countless times and uses this as a learning experience. He's truly an icon to marvel. Let's have a look at a clip of him explaining his relationship with the government.
Your relationship with the government.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what's your relationship? I mean, if they didn't here's what some say, that you have existed in an environment that's not, they have restricted competition for you. And that's a pretty good thing to do for a private company.
Yeah. I think the relationship with the government for us is very interesting. For the first 5 years, because I've been working as a part-time jobber and I learned that you should never rely on government organization to do e-commerce. And I started a business. I told my people and team, in love with the government, don't marry them.
Yes.
Respect them. And a lot of people say, well, government officers talking about internet, the censorship and this, that, and they worry about. I think it's the opportunity, it's a responsibility talking to them. Tell them how internet can help.
So you tell them we create jobs.
Oh yeah, I think a lot of people debate and fight against them. And in the first 12 years, anybody come to my office, I sit down talking to them, how we can help economy, how we can create jobs, why China will improve by the internet. I think because internet at that time is new to any government. And if you convince somebody, and you have the chance. So today I'm very talkative. This is why I talk to so many people. Years ago, we were big, but compared to 15 years later, we're still a baby.
This is a man that's put it all on the line to drive his business and also drive China forward to being as powerful it is today, using failures and adversity to learn and propel him forward, and is willing to talk and negotiate with the government to help the economy and create jobs, which he has done over the past number of years. For China to remove him would be, quite frankly, shooting themselves in the foot, and it would inevitably damage the future growth of Alibaba. And due to, how would this look to foreign investors? And I don't think China have any intentions on slowing down as a nation economically due to the massive trade war going on between the US and China. I think this could potentially be linked back to the 14th century historical novel Romance of the Three Kingdoms, a Chinese novel, where it explains that they injured their own general so that he could get close to the enemy and then burn their ships down once he's feigned surrender. So I mean, the Chinese economy is growing, but them doing this to their own tech firms may be seen externally as a sign of weakness, but that may just get people to back off so that they can progress further. I mean, there's been previous small fines in the past. I think it's just a slap on the wrist for Alibaba. There's too much invested interest for the Chinese government. He has developed the Chinese economy massively, even if it's using Western ideologies, but know thyself and know thy enemy. Sons of war will be used in this case. So some people argue the point when Ren Zhiquang got put away for 18 years in 2018, but that was on charges of bribery, embezzlement and corruption. I don't think this is what Jack Ma is being held for or is about at all as a person. He's releasing a new financial platform like Square or PayPal called Ant. And this does come in to rival the banks of China. And there has to be some form of consolidation, as the government, like it or not, is part and part with the banks. This is no different in the US. But I mean, stopping this IPO release is projected to cost Alibaba about 0.1% in growth. And I'm sure when they are allowed to go forward with that, if Jack Ma does pull off significant negotiations with the Chinese government, like he did when he first put finance and the trade of money on his platforms to customers, which he achieved to do, this will be a big financial platform for Alibaba as well, which is another area of growth which is one of the reasons I think they're undervalued even where they were around, in the 300s, let alone at 220. 10-second quick clip.
Here what I can tell you is that the decision of suspension is relevant. The Stock Exchange Department is fulfilling its responsibility of self-regulation. The decision is made by relevant exchange institutes based on laws to better safeguard capital market stability and protect investor rights and interests.
And I think another concern people might have is a recent delisting of Chinese companies. I mean, I don't think that's a big reason to start selling off all the large Chinese companies, because it's mainly just companies that haven't set in line with the auditing rules of the US, which, no major companies have broken that, let alone Alibaba. I mean, back to, Ma and the disappearance. I mean, if he was to fully leave the company. I mean, Daniel Zhang has been at Alibaba for 13 years. He's leading a very innovative team and has had a successful track record in leadership, rolling out new products over the past 5 years, really expanding it in B2B, B2C, C2C, their cloud and all their platforms that they have. So I think he is well equipped to withstand any storms and continuing innovating in the face of adversity. I've known about Alibaba for about 10 years ago. I was in college and we were studying it. It was when it was just B2B wholesaler then in China. And my teacher, Alan Bird, raved about it. And it was nothing to what they are now. I mean, just this conundrum has made me look into it a lot further and realize how much more they do now. YouTube, eBay, wholesaler, business to business, cloud, and then now a financial system coming on the way. So they really have branched out in all areas, and Daniel Zhang has been a big part of that, and he is still in control. I think the main thing really keeping this stock down, even before the 30% drop, I mean, it's just the China-US tensions. I think it's an overreaction of US investors to China. It's not, I think the infliction Alibaba isn't political in China. I think they're just creating a healthy environment for businesses to compete and grow in. As other people using Alibaba were being told they couldn't use other platforms, only able to operate on Alibaba and not branching out to anywhere else. And if there's no competition to Alibaba, how are Alibaba going to grow and strive and keep up with US competition, US companies? So I think this is a way of, not only finding a weakness, but creating competition so that Alibaba can grow even further. If we look at the graph, Alibaba bought in at 222. That's what it's around at the moment. It looks like it's going to complete an Elliott Wave 5. It's just at the 4, and it's going to if it completes the Elliott Wave 5, it will go up to around 380. Lowest it'll probably go is about 190 or so. I'll be buying more if it does. Here's an historical graph from 2018, the Facebook legislation when it dropped, and very, very good profits back then as well. So a lot of people staying clear of the stock based purely on a political decision, but I don't think it's in China's interest to make a move which would affect their long-term growth. And this could be a huge overreacted sell-off, and I think China will grow from this in the long term, and so will Alibaba. When you look at the overall revenue increase of the company year on year, and it looks to continue over the next few years. So they literally own the entire e-commerce market in China, with multiple growing parts of the business in different sectors. Even if Ma doesn't return, Daniel Zhang is showing an incredible ability to lead as innovate as CEO of the company in the past few years, and has a great team behind him. So the economies of scale to achieve the best value, providing services and products fit into the customers at exceptional speeds worldwide. If this was a US stock, it would be $1,000. So I'm in on value.
But you should grow your mind, grow your culture, grow your value, grow your wisdom. I don't think in this world there are a lot of people be rejected more than 30 times. If we, the only thing we never give up, the only thing we're like a Forrest Gump, we keep on fight. We keep on change ourselves. We don't complain. Whether you were successful or not successful, I find that when people, when they finish the job, if they make the mistake, if they fail, if they always complain the others, this guy will never come back. If the guy only check himself, yeah, something wrong with me here, something wrong with me there, this guy has a hope.
Jack, on behalf of everybody in this audience and a television audience around the world, thank you for taking your time to be with us.
Thank you.
Hi guys, we're just doing some late night editing and just in the news come in, Chinese courier sets fire to himself in protest over unpaid Alibaba wages. Stock price seems to still be going up. Nobody cares. Buy and hold.